Today, I want to talk about emenes Yone itemization yesterday in the LCS finals. I really think this build sucks, and it's a great example of players' inability to think for themselves while they just copy what the Koreans do. Let's take a look. Also, 57% of you aren't subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, it really helps out the channel. So emenes builds into Kraken Slayer first item. This is pretty standard on Yone these days. It really gives him all the stats he wants, and gives Yone a pretty early spike because it's cheaper than most mythics. Yes, some Yone players go Borg first item, but that's really for top lane matchups into health stacking champions. Nothing wrong with this first purchase from emenes. The main problem I think is the mythic purchase here for multiple reasons. First, Even Shroud amps damage after CCing a target. Yone only has two forms of CC, both of which are easily missable. So in that sense, the main effect of this item is going to be very inconsistent in value. Now most people, including the casters for this game, were arguing that it's a super cheap item and that he'll spike earlier than everyone else on two items. Well, the problem here is that Yone isn't a low economy champion. He needs gold and items to function at full power, and Even Shroud statistically is not what he's looking for. Earlier in the season, some people were going Jackshow for more tankiness, but I think they're being misled here. Simply put, Yone is a damage dealing champion who needs damage dealing items. With that in mind, Infinity Edge or even Gale Force would be a much better mythic purchase here. This would provide the damage Yone needs in general, giving him enough power to build a defensive option third if he wanted to. Even Shroud really makes no sense to me, and emenes only built it because Chovy did. Sad that he can't use his own reasoning. He builds into Shield Bow third, which is on theme with his build of doing no damage. emenes probably thought, since he got off to such a good start this game, he wanted to build defense to make sure he's alive to do damage. But then when he dies 4 straight times, he doesn't do any more. This build scales horribly, and if he falls behind like he did this mid-game, Yone doesn't do a whole lot. Champions like Yone and Yasuo are structured around the items that synergize with their kits, namely crit items. Yes, Shield Bow gives some, but it's a defense-focused item, and lacks the damage to make Yone a threat in late-game teamfights. Adding to the disappointment is the GA 4th purchase. I'm truly of the opinion that GA just kinda sucks and the revive rarely gets any value. He's into Jax, Rel, Nico, and Alistar. He's just gonna get insta-killed out of revive. This item is super overpurchased and doesn't get the value people expect from it. Terrible buy from emenes. As the game ends, he has a Hearthbound Axe in inventory, which would indicate Wit's End last. This is acceptable, I guess, but it's not like Nico is a big magic damage threat this game. Again, it's a defensive option that isn't based around what Yone wants in his kits. This build was too focused on preserving KDA and job security over winning, and he still died 5 straight times after starting 4-0, even with all the defensive items. But there's no way itemization had anything to do with the reason C9 lost, right? A good Yone build this game would have just been Kraken into IE or Gale Force, and the Bloodthirster third, and then a defensive option fourth. Yes, these items are more expensive than what emenes purchased, but like I said, Yone is a high economy champion and needs these kinds of items to find any semblance of usefulness. Thanks for watching, see you next time.